fan base, his fans. You know what I'm saying? You said, what's next, Lakers? You said, what's next, Lakers? I don't know. Go ask them. You know what I mean? But what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Willie Silly, man. A.K.A. Mr. Take It Easy before you end up like VZ. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. Like I said, for my whole YouTube audience, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You know what I mean? But like I told y'all on YouTube, I am a Twitch streamer. You know what I mean? I am not a YouTuber. I am a Twitch streamer. And that J Willie Silly page you on right now is just for backup. So should I change that page to J Willie Silly Live or something? Should I change that to J Willie Silly Live or something? You know what I mean? It's like a live channel. Like how Casanet got his live channel and stuff like this. It's like a live channel, but it's J Willie Silly. So if y'all want to catch your boy J Willie Silly live and direct with it, follow your boy on Twitch. But we got the most powerful kid in history. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Firm. What that boy Darwin Scam say? Salute. I'd rather have Darwin Scam than JJ Reddick, the podcaster.
1908. A mysterious group leaves the Forbidden City. Servants, mounted Imperial guards, the Palace Chamberlain. It's an official escort plus security detail.
In China with it?
They're not taking someone out of the city. They're on a mission to bring someone back. They travel north until they arrive at a red-gated mansion, home of Prince Chun. He is not expecting visitors, but the Imperial procession is not here for him. They're looking for his 2-year-old son.
What the heck going on?
The little boy is afraid of the strangers and hides in a cupboard. The servants try to pull him out and carry him away, but the boy resists. He screams, he sobs, he scratches and wails. When they finally manage to calm him down, they take him back to the Forbidden City. This little 2-year-old boy was just chosen to rule China.
What?
His name is Puyi. Puyi is going to be the next emperor of the Qing dynasty.
Puyi?
The Chinese people will regard him as a living god.
Says a living god? How did this 2-year-old become the freaking ruler over freaking China? Something gonna as a living. I can't stand that junk. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I can't stand that. I can't stand when a human be treated like a god, bro. That junk right there pisses me off. Like a human being being treated like a god. This is a human being, a little regular 2-year-old boy getting treated like he's some majesty or something. I can't stand that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that junk pisses me off. Like a human being getting treated like, oh, the only difference between you and I is that you're more famous. You probably have more, you have more money, and that's it. But you doo-doo, you bleed, you pee. It's like you literally a human being getting treated like you're some type of god or something.
This video is largely based on the excellent book, The Last Emperor by Edward Beer. Find the link in the description.
Hey, some good quality H2O right here, y'all.
It's Puyi's coronation ceremony.
And I'm still as K. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm still as K. You know what I mean? But I don't be getting all deep. I'm still as K, though. For sure, that.
And the boy can't take it anymore. For what seems like an eternity, they paraded before him.
Is this nigga bowing down to a kid? Oh my God.
Boy can't.
I know this nigga not bowing down to a kid. From boy to God, you not no God, little boy.
Ceremony. And the boy can't take it anymore. For what seems like an eternity, they paraded before him. Strange men speaking strange words, ministers, palace guard officers, other officials. They approach and perform a ritual bow, kneeling 3 times and touching their heads against the ground 9 times. A kowtow. Each man pledges his allegiance, words that mean nothing to the young boy. To the 2-year-old, it's incomprehensible and frightening. The one person who could soothe him, who would calm him down and make him feel safe, isn't there. His wet nurse. Puyi is not allowed to see his mother, and Nurse Wang is her replacement. She plays with him, breastfeeds him, sleeps next to him. She's his main comfort and favorite companion. But she has been excluded from the ceremony.
Hey man, what the heck going on with this China junk? You know what I'm saying? Can somebody tell me what the heck going on with this China junk? You know what I'm saying? You telling me this a random woman, that's his mom? Is that his mama? You know what I mean? It better be his mama breastfeeding him, man. It better be his mama. Said I
Puyi
like that.
begins to fidget. Also, he's cold. The hull is freezing. He tells his father, Prince Chun, that he wants to go home. Then he starts crying. Prince Chun is desperate. No occasion could be more important than this. It must go well. He tries to soothe his son, saying that it'll be over soon. Those words may have comforted Puyi. To the palace staff who overhear them, though, they sound like a grim prophecy, not only about the emperor's reign, but about the fate of the Qing dynasty itself. The Qing dynasty began in 1644 after a minority ethnic group, the Manchu people, overthrew the majority ethnic group, the Han people. At its peak in 1790, the Qings were the fourth largest dynasty of all time. At the time of Puyi's coronation, China had more citizens than any other country. When the boy took the throne, he became the ruler of nearly a third of the world's population. China has been ruled by dynasties for more than 2,000 years, and the power of the emperor has remained unchanged since then. On paper, it was virtually limitless. The Qing emperor was arguably the most powerful human being on Earth. But actually, China and its dynasty have been in decline for a long time. A series of internal power struggles have weakened the position of the emperor, leading to this one seemingly bizarre moment. But in fact, Puyi was not selected as emperor in spite of his age, but because of it.
2-year-old kid, bro.
This is Tzu.
A 2-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying, ruling over China. The thing is, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the USA and China, bro, really neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, they're neck and neck when it comes to, like, being the most powerful countries out the world. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and like I said, I don't even think that China is our ally. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know why China is not our ally. I don't know why North Korea isn't our ally. I don't know why. What else? I don't know why freaking Russia isn't our ally. I don't know why, you know, Chinese people don't like Americans. I've never done nothing to none of you Chinese folks a day in my life. Matter of fact, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. Let me go in okay, I see Chinese folks sometimes, but have we ever seen an Asian? Like, for real, y'all, I've never, like, I don't see no Asian people. You know what I'm saying? Is Asian people extinct? Can somebody tell me, is Asian people extinct? Why do I rarely see Asian people? You know what I'm saying? The freak? You know, I ain't gonna lie, I see Indians all the time. I ain't gonna lie, Indians, bro, I've never seen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like, thinking about it, y'all, bro, I've never seen, like, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all probably think I'm lying. I've never seen a black gas station worker. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? A black gas station worker, man. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever seen a black dude working in a gas station? I ain't gonna lie, I see straight Indians and foreigners in gas stations. That's all I see. I don't see black people working in gas station at all. I don't see white people working in gas station. I'm like, nigga, it's straight Indians. Like, at this gas station that I live at right here, straight Indians in there. And you can tell they family too. Straight Indians. I can go to that gas station, straight Indians. I'm like, bro, that junk be crazy. It's just certain spots, bro, you just know ain't no other, it's gonna be straight foreigners in there. You know what I mean? Gas stations, straight foreigners. And even in the hood, it could be in the ghetto, the projects. Nigga, you ain't finna see no black person in that gas station. You finna see foreigners in that gas station. I'm talking about the straight projects and straight hood.
Also known as the Dragon Lady. As a teenager, she was chosen to be a concubine of the emperor. After his death, she took control of the empire and effectively ruled China for nearly 50 years as Empress Dowager.
Is it a woman rule?
To maintain her power, she installed underage boys as puppet emperors. But as the last of them grew older, tensions arose. Now he is very ill. Tzu knows he'll soon be dead. She's willing to do anything to hold on to power. After losing a war against Japan, China was in heavy debt.
Oh, Japan beat that booty? Japan put belt the booty?
He allows foreign forces to claim territory and valuable resources. China is weakened, the population oppressed, and the Forbidden City, a place of intrigue and conspiracy. Tzu is under massive pressure. Her health has been deteriorating. She urgently needs a new puppet. Technically, as long as Puyi is still underage, his father, Prince Chun, will be regent. He himself is loyal to Tzu. He's also incompetent, unlikely to outshine her. Exactly what she needs. After little Puyi has been seized from his home, everything seemed to be working out for her. The day after, as expected, her previous puppet emperor died. He was poisoned. But before Tzu can make her next move...
Hey, Cutesy, whatever your name is, you killing your puppets? You know what I'm saying? She killing her puppets. Hey, Cutesy, you gotta understand. Hey, look, you're not a god like you think. You're not a goddess. You're gonna die, and guess what? You finna go see the true God. You know what I'm saying? You finna see the true one. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no goddess. You're not a god like you think you are, Cutesy. You know what I mean? Poisoning your little puppets and all that. Look at Cutesy, think she a god. She a goddess. When she dies, she gonna see the real God. She gonna see a real God for sure.
She too dies.
Uh-oh. She died. Now you finna see the real God now.
But before Tzu can make her next moves, she too dies. And a 2-year-old sits on the throne.
Everybody die.
Of course, all of this is lost on Puyi.
And guess what? Everything that Shih Tzu had, gone. You go in that ground, it's just you in that ground, Shih Tzu. You know what I mean? That's one thing about it. Everybody marked for death. Everybody, it don't matter how powerful you is. It don't matter how much money you got. You gonna die. And guess what? All that money that you got and all that power and all that fame ain't going with you. You just finna be dirt again. You just finna be nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I'm saying? This junk don't matter. This temporary lifestyle don't matter, bro. You know what I mean? I care about the unseen more than the seen. That's what I care about. Because the unseen is eternal. What is seen is temporary.
Knows is that some important looking people took him away
from his mom. Look at this. Bowing down to
robe and are doing all sorts of strange things in front of him.
Bowing down to a 2-year-old.
The reason is that he's no longer considered an ordinary toddler. From now on, to everyone he encounters, he's a living god.
They kidnapped this 2-year-old from his house and say he a living god. Who the freak is this nigga? You think I'm finna bow down to you think I'm finna bow down to any human,
later,
first of all?
Puyi is 5 years old now.
You think I'm finna bow down to a 2-year-old?
This is what a typical day of his might have looked like. He opens his eyes. He's on a massive kang, the platform bed where he sleeps every night, snuggled against Nurse Wang. Puyi must get dressed. Custom dictates that the clothes he wears must never have been worn before. Yesterday's outfit, his silk tunic, padded waistcoat, sable jacket, and fur-lined coat, has already been disposed of. Of course, he's not going to dress himself. As with everything, the eunuchs will take care of it. They are his servants. If you want to serve in the imperial court of the Qing dynasty, you have to become a eunuch. That means you have to cut off your penis, scrotum, and testicles.
So you telling me that these niggas cut off their penis to serve a... Oh my God. These niggas cut off their penis to serve a 2-year-old. Oh, heck no. Nigga, cut off their penis. They penalist.
You have to become a eunuch. That means you have to cut off your penis, scrotum, and testicles. It would guarantee that the emperor is the only fertile man in the palace. Therefore, every child that was born here had to be his. Like all male Qing subjects, eunuchs wear a queue. Only a particular kind of eunuch, eunuchs of the imperial presence, were allowed to look at Puyi. All others had to look at the ground or turn away. They had no beards, their heads were bowed, their voices were high, since most had been castrated before puberty. Since tradition dictated a person couldn't reach heaven if they weren't buried whole, the eunuchs carried their removed genitals at all times, in little jars filled with salt water. The emperor is hungry. At a signal, the eunuchs will immediately prepare a huge buffet for him. Now, like every other day, he must pay a visit to the eastern palaces. Here, his other mothers live, 5 women who were either married to or concubines of the 2 previous emperors. To get to the eastern palaces, Puyi must take a walk through the city.
They cut off their penises. So guess what? Look, y'all, look. Every single one of these people right here, concubines, they're meatless. So in order to serve this 2-year-old, you have to cut off your meat. You know what I mean? Because he has to be the only one to have a child in this emperor. They're meatless. So every single dude that you see right here is meatless. Think I'm finna cut off my meat to serve a 2-year-old? I ain't gonna lie, I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I mean? Ha, shine, 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 shine. Ha, shine, 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 shine. You know what I mean? For any Chinese folks that's watching this video, I do not mean to disrespect your religion. I do not mean to disrespect what you believe in. Hai Shan Shing, Hai Shan Shing. You know what I mean? But come on. Cutting off your freaking chinchanos, you know what I mean? Cutting off your meat to serve a 2-year-old. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Matter of fact, I probably am disrespecting it a little. You know what I mean? Just a little bit.
Again, accompanied by the eunuchs. Wherever Puyi goes, dozens
Hai
of eunuchs
Shan Shing, Hai Shan Shing.
30 yards in front, warning people to make way. Then come 2 chief eunuchs, walking on either side of the path. Then, about 2 feet behind, the center of the procession, Puyi himself. He is walking, and 2 junior eunuchs attend him on either side. Then come eunuchs of the imperial presence, carrying clothing, parasols, a canopy. Then more eunuchs still, carrying boxes of cakes and delicacies. Then eunuchs of the imperial dispensary. And finally, at the rear...
You somebody finna hunt me down, man. These folks dead, man. You know how long this was, man? The folks ain't doing that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? These folks dead. These folks... This is like the 1890s, bro. These folks dead and gone. All of them. All the meatless warriors gone. The kid dead, he dead, all them dead. Know what I mean? That kid ain't alive. He ain't alive no more.
Here, eunuchs carrying chamber pots and commodes. If along the way...
And I'm in the United States of America. They don't play by the Americans over here. You know what I mean? So the one thing that Chinese know not to do is play with Americans. They know we put belt to booty. You know what I mean? That's one thing that Chinese know. That's one thing everybody know. Do not mess with America. Don't mess with Americans, guy. The only people that can mess with Americans is Americans. Don't do that. Oh, no, don't mess with Americans. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. We put belt over here. We put belt to booty over here. I ain't gonna lie. Get wicked over here. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Chinese over here. This ain't China over here. I'm saying Korea over here. Oh, no. America different over here, bro. We'll play over here. We'll play like over here thing.
He realizes he needs to use the toilet. The eunuchs will be there, rushing forward with a chamber pot, and then rushing away with it to inspect the outcome.
You finna watch this doo-doo? You finna watch the little nigga doo-doo now?
According to ritual, each mother asks after Puyi's health, though whether they care is less clear. Long Yu, for her part, believes little boys should be kept in good health by half-starving them. She holds considerable power over Puyi. She's the widow of Guangshu, Puyi's poisoned predecessor. She is Prince Chun's co-regent. In a few years, she will banish Puyi's beloved nurse Wang, not even allowing her to say goodbye.
You're right. We don't want war with China. I ain't gonna lie to you. We don't want war with China, you know what I'm saying? Cause I forgot these Americans don't know how to fight, man. You know what I mean? China come down and beat the brakes off Americans. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. We don't want war with them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them folk right there, but they gonna kick niggas' faces in. We don't want war with them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot, bro. Americans grew up on TikTok. Oh, shoot. Hey, don't come down here. We don't want that. I ain't gonna lie. They don't want that. I ain't gonna lie. I want that. I ain't gonna lie. I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want the war. I wants the war. You know what I mean? I got training behind my fighting. I wants the war. I wants it. But I ain't gonna lie. These little kids in the chat right here, these little kids in this chat, oh no, they don't want it. I ain't gonna lie, China. Yeah, don't come down here, gang. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, don't come down here. Go and stay down there, China. I ain't gonna lie to you. Chinese come down here, bro, in America. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Chinese gonna beat the brakes off America. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. No. I'm cool. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't mean to disrespect y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, don't do that. No.
Others, he has a special hatred for Long Yu. On the way back, Puyi is in a bad mood.
A lot of y'all don't know how to shoot. You talking about switches? Nigga, I promise you talking about switches. I promise you, I don't know you from a can of paint, but I can promise you, you never shot a switch in your life. A lot of y'all niggas don't even know how to aim. Y'all be killing innocent kids out here. You don't even know how to hit your targets. Them folks start doing all type of kicks and freaking flips and all. You ain't gonna even hit them. Switches, man. Y'all folks don't be knowing the guns y'all be naming. You don't even know how to use. A lot of y'all don't even go to the gun range. You ain't got aim. A lot of y'all niggas in the streets don't even be killing your targets. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even be killing your targets. You don't even know how to shoot for real. Talking about some switches and man, sit your little tail down somewhere. Never shot a switch, never shot at nobody a day in your life. You know what I mean? It's a difference between going to a gun range, bro, and shooting something that's standing still than just shooting people that's moving. It's a difference between a sitting still target, bro, and a moving target. It's totally different. You know what I mean? When that pressure get up on you. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, a lot of y'all niggas, man, never kill nobody a day in your life.
Finally, he makes a decision.
I get tired of everybody acting like they kill us, man. Y'all ain't no killers, man. Y'all ain't never shot nobody a day in your life. You never gonna shoot nobody a day in your life. You never shot a gun at nobody a day in your freaking life.
Offended him. It's not clear how, but either way, he wants them to.
Have you even upped on somebody before?
Eunuchs are made to expose their bottoms. 2 other eunuchs come forward, holding sticks. The eunuchs are beaten on the spot. Puyi watches, and there's delight in his eyes. Back at the Hall of Supreme Harmony, he listens as court officials drone on and on. They speak of matters of state, providing information incomprehensible
That
to the
little
little
demon.
boy. They
Smile.
come with documents, each requiring the seal of the emperor. He applies the seal again and again and again, under the supervision of his tutors and the palace chamberlain. It's bewildering and terribly boring. As regent, Prince Jun holds the real power and makes the real decisions. But the seal must be applied by the hand of the emperor. At last, after hours of talk and ceremony, Puyi is free. He wants to be entertained. There's no real friend to play with, but the eunuchs are not only his servants, but also his entertainers. One of his favorite eunuchs puts on a puppet show. Puyi loves it, and he comes up with an idea. He wants to reward the puppet master with a cake. But before presenting the gift, he asks Nurse Wang to fill it with sharp pieces of metal. He tells her that he wants to see what the eunuch looks like when he eats it. Wang manages to convince him to fill the cake with dried beans instead. Now, Puyi asks for his air gun. He's looking for a practice target and chooses the eunuchs. But shooting eunuchs is only fun for so long. He's bored again. He sees a piece of dirt on the floor. He points at it and tells one of the eunuchs,
Is this little nigga right here? This little demon right here is shooting at eunuchs. This little demon target practice is units.
"Eat that for me."
Eat that. What? They really eating it. Boy, I slapped the taste out of this little boy talking about eat that. This little kid right here giving the man talking about eat that. And this grown man get on his knees and eat it. This grown man then cut off his balls. You know what I mean? This grown man on the freaking knees with it looks like doo-doo eating doo-doo.
Dirt on the floor.
That little boy say eat that, but you better eat that doo-doo.
He points at it and tells one of the eunuchs, "Eat that for me. And if a living god asks you to eat dirt, you better kneel down and eat it." At night is when the little boy feels safest, curled up in the arms of Nurse Wang. Sometimes he still misses his biological mother, but his memory of her is already hazy. He won't be allowed to see her again until he is 13. Puyi lives an isolated life. He has no idea that beyond the walls of the Forbidden City, the country which he is technically the emperor of, is in turmoil. It's October 1911. In Wuchang, a group of soldiers mutiny, turning against their corrupt generals. This uprising soon spreads all over the country and turns into a full-blown rebellion against the dynasty. The Chinese people are fed up. 4 wars and increasing Western incursions have decreased China's territory, and the majority Han population has been sick of Manchu rule for centuries. The people begin to dream of a more unified republic. Then the imperial army flips, siding with the rebels, leaving the dynasty without military defense. By February 1912, Prince Chun has renounced his position as regent. Empress Dowager Longyu also steps down and agrees to Puyi's abdication. And just like that, the Qing dynasty is no more. China is now a republic. With the new freedom of press, newspapers sprung up all over the country. Soon, outlets from every political camp started shouting over each other in a highly polarized media landscape. If that sounds familiar, it should. Polarization and echo chambers are fueling record low trust in today's media. But today's sponsor, Ground News...
Oh, shoot. I don't want to hear about no sponsor. I'm trying to hear about Xinjiang. Know what I mean? Let me go hear about Xinjiang.
So, is this the end of Puyi's reign?
It's the end of it.
Not entirely.
What do you mean not
The majority
entirely?
of the traditional Chinese population, the idea of a country without a monarch is odd. Abolishing the dynasty entirely is unthinkable. So the new rulers negotiate an agreement with the old monarchs. Puyi would be allowed to live on in the Forbidden City with his servants and personal fortune, plus an annual allowance of roughly $3.4 million in today's money. Even though Puyi officially abdicated the throne, he continues to sit on it, and he continues to put the imperial seal upon court documents. But now these documents concern insignificant matters: staff promotions, the transplantation of trees, when the eunuchs should change their uniforms. The Forbidden City has become a place of make-believe, and it begins to feel like a golden cage, one that Puyi will want to break out of very soon.
It's forbidden. All this is illegal. Know what I'm saying?
Years later, a well-dressed British gentleman enters the Forbidden
You
City.
said Lehigh, goodbye, I'm so high, Jay Willie live, Lakers in 5. That was so lame, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, that was right there was the lamest junk I've ever heard in my life.
He will bring chaos to the divine palaces. His name is Reginald Johnston. Johnston is a respected Chinese linguist, a poet and calligraphist. Now he will be the English teacher of China's emperor. But Johnston begins to secretly teach Puyi Western history and philosophy. Up until this point, the young emperor only studied Chinese classics. But under Johnston's influence, Puyi falls in love with British culture, and he starts to change. Normally, all male subjects of the Qing dynasty were required to wear a queue, but soon Puyi will just cut his off, a major offense to the tradition. He begins to dress like an English gentleman instead. He starts speaking a mix of English and Chinese, and from now on, he will call himself Henry. Puyi also wears glasses, which the dowager consorts will not approve of. He will ride a bike through the Forbidden City and fall in love with movies. But most of all, he will become obsessed with a strange new invention from the West, the telephone.
Hey, you see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Bro fall in love with the West. He fall in love with the USA, America, nigga. Know what I'm saying? We doing good over here. You know, look at little Chu Yang right there. You know what I mean? I appreciate the sub, man. Shout out to my boy for subbing, man. Hey, that's why I be trying to tell y'all. Look at little Chu Yang right there, man. Chu Yang, hey, look. Chu Yang, you know what I'm saying? He said, shut up and take this gifted. Who the heck is you talking to? Matter of fact, you can take that ungifted back, because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You're not talking to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You can take it back. One thing about J-Bo, I don't play by no disrespect. You can't never shut me up. I don't care how much you give, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm a real nigga, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't no money gonna silence me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't like that, bro. Ain't no money gonna silence me. I ain't finna be on some like, okay, you just gifted. I'ma shut up now. No, I don't know who the freak you think you talking to, boy. You know what I'm saying? Real stand-up dude for sure. But money don't silence me, bro. Money don't excite me, boy. You know, I don't know who the freak you think you talking to. No, don't ban him. You know what I'm saying? One thing, hey, look, one thing I don't like either. I'm gonna say this again. One thing I don't like either. I don't like how people try to tell me to run my chat. When I say, well, my mods, everything that my mods say. When I say jump, y'all say it with me. You say, how hard? You know what I'm saying? I'm like Chu Yang. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the mods, I'm like Chu Yang. You don't do what I say. You don't do nothing without Jay's freaking consent. I'm like Chu Yang.
Calls to people in Beijing and hangs up before announcing who it is. One time, he orders a meal to a
Chu Yang!
Likely the first royal prank call in history. Puyi increasingly gets an idea of what the outside world might actually look like, and everything he's missing out on.
See, he said everything he missing out on. So I'm saying, see, you in the forbidden cage, my boy. So this boy done grew up. That little nigga, hey, y'all, that little boy that we were just seeing, this that little boy that we were just seeing right here. You know what I'm saying? Little boy done grew up. Now you starting to see Western culture, bro. You seeing what you missed out on, bro. What you in right now ain't life, you ain't. You know what I mean? They ain't life, bro. They took you away, bro. What type of love is that, bro? You surrounded by weirdos. You know what I'm saying? They took you away, bro, at the age of 2 years old. You got random women breastfeeding you, bro. And they sleeping with you in the bed. They sleeping with you, bro. You're 5 years old. You got random men cutting off their meat, bro. You know what I'm saying? To serve you.
Of what the outside world might actually look like, and everything he's missing out on.
It's
he
beautiful.
Is that once he's old enough, he wants to leave the country and study at Oxford, just like his teacher. On June 3rd, 1922, he tries to make this dream come true. He asks Reginald Johnston to sneak him out of the Forbidden City, but Johnston, the man who'd planted all these dreams in Puyi's head, refuses. If Puyi were to leave, Johnston would lose his position, with all its perks and status. Puyi has no one else to help him escape, and though he doesn't fully realize it yet, he's being entrapped even further.
What?
The dowager consorts, who also depend on him for their livelihood, have figured out a way to make escape impossible.
Dang, bro.
Puyi faces a decision. He must choose a bride. His only—
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Everybody better stop arguing right now and watch Firm. I'll lay that law down. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody better shut up right now, chat. Everybody better shut up right now, gang.
Puyi faces a decision. He must choose a bride. His only guide, these 4 photographs, selected by the dowager consorts. He is 16 years old. The pictures are small.
16?
The faces of the women—
Okay, you finna get a bride? Let me see.
He is 16 years old.
What's 16?
The pictures—
Yeah, she alright, Puyi.
are small. The faces of the women
She looked just alike. Golly, what Chinese folk look just alike? Pu Yang.
Difficult to see.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't like none of these bras. I'll take the first one, though.
Draws a circle around one that looks pretty. This
I don't know.
is Wen Xiao, a 12-year-old Manchu girl. But the Dowager consorts don't consider her a suitable first choice.
I'll take this first one, too,
She's an
Yang.
aristocrat, but she's too poor to be empress. He chooses again. This time he points to a 15-year-old girl from a prominent rich family. The Dowager consorts are pleased.
Look, guy.
Her name is Wang Rong. 2 tiny pictures. One will be his wife, one will be his consort. He's encouraged to point to other pictures to choose secondary consorts, but Puyi refuses. One is enough. The pictures he selected are taken away. He won't see either girl until his wedding night.
Dang, bro, you
A
can't
couple
even
of
see
months
his
later,
girl.
just after the wedding, Puyi is with his empress wife for the first time. He has no experience with women. Now, on his first wedding night, he's supposed to consummate the marriage. But he doesn't know how. No one told him how this works. He panics and runs away. Puyi didn't consummate his marriage then, and it's probable he never did. When asked many years later, Puyi's little brother said the ex-emperor was found to be biologically incapable of producing children. This may have been literally true, but some historians speculate that this was a euphemism, that Puyi was, in fact, homosexual.
Nigga, what? Some of this little nigga turned out to be gay?
The years after Puyi's abdication are years of chaos.
Nigga, Puyi ain't
The
gay.
first Chinese premier declares himself emperor. A few weeks later, he abdicates. 6 months later, he's dead. Meanwhile,
The
warlords
nigga grew
fight
up
all
to
over
be a
the country,
sissy.
and Western powers continue to assert economic and territorial influence through concessions. China is weak, fragmented, and without central leadership. In November 1924, one of the warlords takes control of Beijing and forces Puyi to leave the Forbidden City. He can keep his private wealth, and he'll get money from the state.
Oh, heck
His
yeah.
days as emperor are finally over. To Puyi, now 18 years old, this doesn't sound too bad. He's always wanted to live an ordinary life. From this day forward, he'll be a private citizen, free to do whatever he wants. But his freedom will look quite different from what he expected. 26 years later, in a Chinese prison, to be more precise, the Fushun War Criminals Management Center. The dynasty is no more. The republic is no more either. After a brutal civil war, Mao Zedong and the Chinese Communist Party have seized power, and they've installed re-education centers all over the country. Prisons and labor camps.
I think that's the you know what I mean? I think that's the freaking, cause you know China got a dictator now, so I think that's China's dictator now, great grandfather.
Communist brainwashing in harsh conditions. They either learn to be communists or die in the process. This is one of them. Prisoner number 981 is weak and absurdly incompetent. He only recently learned to tie his shoes and brush his teeth. He is hopelessly untidy and constantly forgets simple actions, like turning off the faucet after use. Before his imprisonment in 1950, he'd never have to do such things. They'd been done for him. He'd been a living god, after all. Now, like so many others, he's going through so-called remolding. He's compiled a list of Japanese crimes in Manchuria. He attended presentations by Japanese war criminals. These crimes, he was to blame for them, he begins to realize. For this is Puyi, the prison's so-called #1 traitor.
Well, went from being a living god to being a living prisoner. You know what I mean? Hey, one thing about gods, bro, they don't get locked up. You know what I mean? Honestly, my God never get locked up. You know what I mean? You can't lock up God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. One thing about my God, you know what I mean? The creator of the earth, Jesus Christ, you can't lock up Jesus. You can't kill God. You can't kill Jesus. You can't do that. So it's like, dang, man, to be a living God, man, it sure do seems like you're human. It sure do seem like you're human. You went from being a living God to being a living prisoner. But he didn't ask for it, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I can't say that, because he didn't ask for it. He ain't asked for that life. He took that boy at the age of 2 years old, bro, and say he's the king now.
After leaving the Forbidden City, he aligned himself with the Japanese. They first housed him in Tianjin. then enthroned him as emperor of the Japanese puppet state of Manchukuo in Manchuria. The region was invaded by Japan in 1931.
Hey, Japan don't play with China.
For 11 years, he'd been the puppet emperor once again, controlled by the Japanese, legitimizing their myriad war crimes in Manchuria. When the Soviets invaded Manchuria in 1945, Puyi had been captured. Tried as a war criminal at the military tribunal for the Far East, he'd lied shamelessly to save his skin, disavowing all responsibility for his role as ruler and blaming the Japanese, his former ally.
Hold on, so you went to the Japanese side?
Chinese Communist Party
That's
came
why
to
you
power
in
in
prison.
1949. The Soviets sent him back to China. Now in Fushun prison, he's being remolded. The Chinese communists realize he's a powerful symbol, an incarnation of everything they're against: decadent imperialism and capitalist greed. If he can be turned into a communist, anyone can. It would be the ultimate symbol of their ideological supremacy. Puyi will spend 9 years at the prison camp, listening to lectures, grappling with his guilt, committing to paper his many sins. In the end, he is released, weak, shrunken, and humble. Puyi is now a true believer, a die-hard communist. At least, that's what he says.
This right here is crazy.
After being released from prison, Puyi moved in with his sister in Beijing. One time, he even worked as a tour guide in the Forbidden City.
I thought your little, I was gonna say something, but I thought you know what I'm saying? I thought your little sweet self got a little girl or something. I was gonna be happy for that nigga.
Puyi moved in with his sister in Beijing. One time, he even worked as a tour guide in the Forbidden City, the place where he was once crowned the emperor of the 4th largest dynasty in human history, ruling over 1/3 of the world's population. A private citizen at last, Puyi eventually took a job as a gardener, working quietly among the plants. It seemed that Puyi at least found some sort of freedom. Throughout his life, he has worn many faces. As a toddler, he was traumatized by a sudden kidnapping. As a boy, he took pleasure in torturing innocent servants. As a teenager, he dreamed of becoming an Oxford student. As emperor of Manchukuo, he was complicit in horrendous crimes against humanity. And as a prisoner, he was repentant and humble. He died on 17 October 1967.
Golly, man. You know what I mean? That video was crazy. You know what I mean? Honestly, bro. That right there, man. That was crazy, man. Man went from being the emperor to being the king. You know what I mean? To being just a regular guy, man. You know what I mean? That's all we are. It's just regular guys. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. But that was the most powerful kid in history. You know what I'm saying? But let me go and see something else right quick. You know what I'm saying? Honestly.